Besides sending the police, you might want to send an ambulance or a hearse.
Hello, Billy Ho here with another fantasy football draft moment. PPR only is what I normally do. But today I'm covering a quarterback, one you might be familiar with, one that went to a new team, and one that everybody's all abuzz about, Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets. But I haven't really heard, of course, I'm really just getting into my deep dives into a lot of these fantasy football players, but not real big buzz on him being drafted as probably best ball, definitely. But, like as far as regular home leagues and whatnot. So not a big buzz there, but big buzz just for general uh, football, right? So anyway, I'm going to break down pros and cons. So please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and Jets. Let's go.
Football!
So quarterbacks going to new teams is a common occurrence nowadays. They trade around. Jimmy Garoppolo's back, I think, with New England again. So after a rotation, but the older they are, they seem to have better success, or at least can, if it's the right situation. So I'm going to say Tom Brady, TB12, Peyton Manning going to Denver, won a Super Bowl, and Drew Brees won a Super Bowl when he went to New Orleans. So all three of those guys, just to name a few. A-Rod is 39 years old, and it should be in relatively good health, I'd say. He does the occasional mushroom from time to time, but some steam baths and whatnots. So that's all good. But he's still able to move in the pocket. He took off when he needed to. He could still run some, but you're not going to see 30 to 50 yards a game like he used to. But he can scramble around in the pocket. He can make all the throws. He still has one of the strongest arms in the league. So I don't think as far as age it matters with him. So anyway, last season in Green Bay, it was pretty awful. He threw for just under 37 yards or 3,700 yards, only 26 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, and easily his worst season in a decade. I think he had one similar like back in 2010. But the Packers management did him no favors after Devontae Adams left. He had no receivers to throw to. He's got all these young guys, rookies, guys coming in, injuries back and forth. And last season, he was just chucking and ducking, and I kind of write that off, really. I think that after we get to a new place, the Jets actually did him a favor, brought him in Alan Lazard to start opposite Garrett Wilson. I'm just showing some highlights of Aaron Rodgers, a little bit of here and there. We all know what he can do. The highlights I'm interested in are guys like Alan Lazard and guys like Garrett Wilson. Now, Lazard should provide a familiar target for short intermediate routes, moving the chains and whatnot. He played a few years with A-Rod in Green Bay, as we all know. They also brought in Mecole Hardman to run in the slot, which that kind of speed could really get those numbers up for A-Rod as far as, yards after catch. They brought in veteran Randall Cobb from Kentucky, go Big Blue. Tyler Conklin is their tight end. He's a go-to kind of guy. A-Rod likes those targets in the red zone, big targets that he can hit. So Conklin should get some love too. Now, I have to say, him having another number 17 and Garrett Wilson is the key to the season, and we'll watch a little bit of Wilson highlights here. For him to lock on to, I don't know if he'll lock on to him like he did Devontae Adams, because that took years and years of trust building. So, think of when like maybe the first or second year, I remember drafting Devontae Adams before anybody even knew about him. And he had a decent season that year, and then it culminated into the following season where he blew up. So I think this is going to be a good season for Garrett Wilson. He's going high in drafts, obviously. He's not making it through the second round in most leagues. So, if he's going that high, then why Rodgers going so late? Why would he be a backup? If everybody loves Wilson so much, then you'd think Rodgers would go a little bit more. Obviously, the Jets' backfield is muddy at best right now. Breece Hall still on the PUP list. I don't think he's going to be ready. He's running straight away, and they said he's running 22 miles an hour, which is great, but you still have to move and cut and stop and start. And none of that stuff at only 9 months, maybe 9.5 months since he tore the ACL. He's not going to be ready. Michael Carter could be a good complimentary pass catching back. And they got some other guys. They drafted a rookie, and they still got Zonovan Knight back there. So all this leads me to believe that the Jets are going to throw a little more early and often to begin the season. They do have a tougher schedule, so that could lead to more shootouts and whatnot, chasing points maybe. So, I mean, I like A-Rod to have a renaissance type of year this year, honestly. Most of the guys, like even Brett Favre did it, you know. So I could see him definitely eclipsing the 30 touchdown mark. I mean, he tripped and stumbled his way to 26 last year, and he's got tons better weapons. The offensive line should be better. The defense will be better. So mid 4K in yardage, 30 touchdowns plus. And I'd sure as shit be taking him before Deshaun Watson, who's going in like round 6 and 7. So anyway, that'll do it for the video. Hope you got something out of it.